Imagine if in the last federal election, the Trudeau government had known, due to work by the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, that China's dictators were orchestrating a sophisticated campaign in Canada to return a conservative minority government and to defeat liberals that they thought were anti-China. Now, I suspect if that happened, the government and Justin Trudeau would be justifiably outraged. And I suspect that they would tell Canadians about what was happening, and they would tell the candidates from all parties about what was happening, so that people could protect themselves from being, falling victim to this conspiracy. Okay, now, what actually happened, according to secret documents obtained by the Globe and Mail, was that CSIS warned in its briefings that what was happening in the last election was that the Chinese dictators wanted to return a liberal minority government and to defeat conservative politicians or candidates judged to be anti-China. Now, since the Globe and Mail revealed that, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been downplaying the story. For example, he has said that, that Canadians can rest assured that the results of the election were decided by Canadian voters. He also wants to find out who's leaking the information to the Globe. But the problem here is that nobody's saying Canadian voters didn't decide the election. The concern is how many or were Canadian voters influenced by a campaign that CSIS says happened that included things like disinformation against conservative candidates, illegal fundraising and donations to candidates that China favored, and intimidation of Canadians of Chinese origin in ridings where there's a significant population of Chinese Canadians to get them to vote the way China's dictators wanted them to vote. Now, China says none of this happened, that they do not interfere in the elections of other countries. Shortly after the last election in 2021, the then federal conservative leader Erin O'Toole said the Conservatives believed they had lost up to 9 ridings because of this campaign. And the current Conservative leader, Pierre Poilievre, says the reason the Trudeau government didn't tell Canadians about it is because they knew this was working to their advantage. Now, the Prime Minister says that the reason Canadians weren't informed is that while there was some interference by China in the election, a nonpartisan group of 5 senior civil servants determined, based on security briefings, that it hadn't materially affected the outcome of the election, and that given the government policy, unless it affects the whole election, they don't tell us about anything that happened. So, 3 versions of the truth. I guess we'll have to decide who we believe. I'm Lorrie Goldstein of Sun Media. We're always interested in hearing your views, and please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube channel.